It's Train.
It is Train indeed, and SK going to be starting on the CT side, so we'll see what Gambit have in store for them. We've got Hooch, who's going to be the grenade man on the team. We've got one player on SK with the fuse kit, the rest going to have the Kevlars, and they're quite spread out actually. Got some decoys over towards the site there, and people pushing Ivy to the T side. Mo and Wayland are going to get things off to a great start.
Yeah, that's like all of Gambit's already in the A bomb site, in the A yard. They're getting all the frags they need, all the entries are coming quite easily. Wayland are taking down Cadian right there towards Ali, and that's going to clean up the entirety of the bomb site. So it's a lot of work for Asilian to get done. 1 versus 4. It's not impossible, but he's going to have to start by hitting some shots, and he's already missed way too many shots here to be effective. So Gambit opening round will go their way, and this is a scary prospect due to the fact that we already spoke of the potential from Gambit, and strategically and otherwise. They've obviously shown some great team play and some great overall Counter-Strike. They've got a lot of experience in the Counter-Strike series with not really any players that are new. I mean, even Mo, who's only been kind of getting known in CSGO somewhat recently, is a very old player as well. So it's going to be very cool to see how Gambit's strategy works out on this map, as well as their team play and coordination. This map can be very chaotic, but got to hold the phone for a moment here. We've just got like 2 frags coming out for SK with their 4 spy. So a bit of trouble found by Gambit. They've got 2 players who are very tagged up here. Oh, he died. He
is indeed leaving Modi alone. It's a deagle, but actually it was winnable because Mo, Hooch both had like less than 20 HP, and he's got the deagle, so he could get himself in a 1 versus 1. If the cards fell in his favor, but unfortunately they did not. So SK will continue with the 0. Going to be the fuller eco on this occasion. Got 1 player on SK with about 3,400 in the bank, which means that an AWP is likely to come out in the next round. Maybe even an auto sniper.
Yeah, the thing about Train, which is really interesting, is that on the T side, unlike a lot of other maps, it's very hard as the terrace side to gain information and gain ground towards the bomb site, as it is on maps like Overpass, as it is on maps like even Cache, or almost every other map, because you're pretty much on the site when you push somewhere as a T. It's hard to gain information just by holding around. And so that's what's going to make it curious here, to see whether or not Gambit can get good executes going, as that's a very critical part of taking bomb sites. But we've got a lot of damage being done here. We've got Freeze, that P250, you get eliminated finally. And again, Gambit taking a lot of losses here. They're putting themselves in very favorable positions, but they are bleeding out a little bit too much in some of these rounds. I'm curious whether Gambit are going to go with like a very fast contact play into yard, or if they will go for more of an execute or pick-based play here, because those are the 3 big options that you typically will see teams go with. And most picked up an AWP, so you'd probably expect the pick-based play coming in, see if Mo can get something done, win a battle first before Gambit make a move.
Right, so we have a bit of an aggressive positioning on the B bomb site. Again, it is a situation. Let's see where Asilian is here. That is a location which can be flashbanged by the opposition as they move in. But normally you see that flashbang come in on faster starts here on the T side. So let's see, it's obviously quite slow from Gambit and Co. So there's not much doing at the moment, just everyone holding angles, lots of people in towards the B bomb site. Often you can find an AWPer playing connector so they can watch the high ground for a B player, and maybe we'll see somebody move back there with a certain timing. But right now there's a lot of isolation over towards B here for this CT, and Asilian, as time ticks on, is starting to move back a little bit, trying to shield himself. Doesn't want to be too exposed, as it seems that Gambit are perhaps committed to a B play here.
Yeah, they're definitely thinking about this one. They've got everyone in position by secret. They don't have anyone towards Ali and no one towards team main. So here it comes. The push is going to be met by Asilian, who is blocked off by smokes, which is quite annoying. You can hear all the stepping. His teammates are coming in. He's just got to hold the mid part of the yard, and there's going to be a player sprinting beyond him. And it looks like he's quite aware of this. But as long as his teammates can get out of connector, there's a chance to go for a retake. I think there could be a potential flank from Pop Dog, maybe from Gambit, but we'll have to see how that pans out. Pimp's going to go down. Cillian gets a kill back onto a Adrent, so bit of chaos here on this B-bomb site, and it looks like SK are actually going to completely sack the site. They're going to abandon the attempt at a retake.
I don't know if they had a hard read that it was going to be an A play there, or what the situation was, but again, or maybe it's just because you know, their positioning might be a bit weakened because they have a stand-in, but Cillian was very alone over towards B-bomb site, so when those smokes came in, they were so deep as well that it was, yeah, it was a tough one. And you know, we thought that maybe they saw the flank coming, but it seems they didn't. So it just nothing worked really for SK. But they did save a number of rifles there, and they're going to pick up some more. So we will see if they can hold. They didn't get completely broken.
Yeah, it was cool to see the Gambit just teams ready to open up just with like a straight B hit like that. And considering that Mo was AWPing and they didn't really wait for him too much to get, like, to try to open up with a pick, they just relied on the execute. That's quite cool to see from Gambit. So 4-0 is a score already for them. And currently the bomb is on Hooch. He's over by Pop Dog. And once again, I think we've got some very defensive play from Gambit where I think it might be Mo again, who's checking down with the AWP towards Ali to make sure that CTs don't push. And this is really cool to see. And they've got secret control as well. So Gambit more or less have everything apart from Ali, which is fine. But how do they decide to attack? Look at this angle here from Freeze. Waiting patiently.
Who is going to move first? I wonder how wide an angle Waylander will take if he chooses to go for a peek here. It seems that it might even end up doing a similar execute to the one, or even the same to the one they did last round. As we're seeing Waylander start to hold a smoke now as well. So Freeze will have no information, and he's not taking any pot shots either. I mean, he could just shoot through the smoke basically, but he's choosing not to, holding the low ground where Cillian's holding anyway. So I don't know why he didn't even just take a shot through the smoke. But the bomb's going to get planted, and the Gambit side haven't lost anybody yet. And again, SK are all in a massive choke point towards connector, save for Freeze, who is just waiting for someone to finally serve themselves up. So it's a 4 versus 3 now, as the CTs try to not lose another round. They're going to push for this one. Pimp's going to get himself a bit closer, but the sound is going to allow Hooch to dance around his train as well. Not going to win the duel though. Suddenly it's a 3 versus 2. Molotov going down. There is another Molotov onto Dozier as well, which is just being executed, as is Freeze. So it's another lost round for SK, trying to run away, trying to survive. Will they make it? Modi, I think he gets taken down by the bomb. If not the bullets, Pimp looks like he'll be the only one to escape from it. But I think Gambit basically ran exactly the same execute there. Yep,
pretty much. I really like that they did that. It's really, really awesome to when something works, to just try to do it again and see if the other team can stop it. It's actually can be a good fundamental way to play the game, whereby you basically force that team to try to adapt, and also, of course, in doing so, you condition them to a degree. So some teams will actually build strategies, from that kind of the responses that certain strategies they've already run will have. So you can see that SK are playing 2 players much more closely to the secret area this time around. Freeze looking to execute any players that try to walk for control. And he might be getting that. Wow, what? How did Mo get that angle? I don't even know. Mo's going to take down Freeze, so that is pretty rough. Now they've just got a Cillian on the B side. They rotate an extra player, and despite Modi getting a pick towards Ali, Gambit are already in the driving seat once again. They can go anywhere, and the defense is much more sparse for SK.
Indeed, and we have some SK players stuck towards the back of A, obviously, because they need to cover Ivy. And there's one player moving towards main, which means they don't really have mission view towards Pop Dog. See Pimp just dancing around the ladders, but he's going to get taken down for his shenanigans. So Gambit are running all over SK at the moment. Nice spray coming in, and Molly's surely not going to survive this. No, he's not. So 4 versus 2. And we've got SK players moving onto the site there, moving into the flames as well. But again, you can't fancy their chances in this situation. They will be on max loss bonus. So it seems they are going to be committed, but now Cadian is the only man remaining, and he's going to have to run away again.
So far, SK getting kind of wrecked here, and SK, I know that they used to really like playing Train. They used to always be quite prepared on this map. So I'm definitely quite shocked as to the success of Gambit. But what is great from Gambit is that what we're seeing is that they have a very clear plan as to how to attack these rounds. Every player understands their role within the greater scheme that's been set out by the team. And so far, so good for them. They've got a lot of rounds, 6 rounds to 0. SK, they can definitely go with the buy this round if they want, due to the fact that Cadian saved the orb. But Gambit, I mean, there's still a lot of things that they haven't really done just yet, which is so encouraging because they already have 6 rounds. It would be even awesome just to see them do that B play again, just to see if SK can even stop it.
So, Cadian and a teammate will be on the AWPs, and again, the CTs always get to connect faster than the Ts do, so that's a big pick, and they've done a lot of damage actually to Mo, Adren, and Dozier. Despite nobody going down just yet, it looks good for the CTs at the moment, but the Ts are encroaching on their position. Adren's going to get naded away. So many smokes on the site though, and the plant's finally going to come in with Waylander holding the angle just in case someone was trying to put a stop to it. But Pip's going to get a 2-man spray down. The garden hose is coming out. 4 versus 1 now, Mo, on 20 HP. It's going to be about damage for him. Doing well so far. Doesn't really have a lot of money, so you may want to save the AWP. Indeed, he will do that. Cutting the losses for the team. SK finally getting their first round on the board, but they're still paranoid as to where Mo's position.
It would be really nice if Mo could somehow engineer another kill. And it looks like he's going to... I think he was thinking about it. Could have gone down Pop Dog for a quick angle, but it would have been really nice if Gambit would have gotten another kill or 2, because then there would be in a situation where if they win this round, then they can hard reset SK and completely crush them.
Considering the position of that bomb plant and the fact that he was above Pop Dog, it would make sense for AWPers to learn the wallbang there, because that's pretty much a guaranteed kill.
That's true.
I mean, I suppose you have to learn either side of the bomb plant, but yeah, I mean, that's another...
It's pretty free, I guess, as well.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to get the boost here towards Ali, so a lot of presence there. Modi's going to pick up the kill, and SK will go passive. So that's a good response to go passive after that kind of a situation. Oh, and Freeze picks up a frag as well.
And that's the angle I was talking about before. You can flash that angle as a T, and you should definitely have someone doing that, because there's no reason not to. If you're just going to have somebody just walk into an angle like that, if you allow them to, I mean, that's a super punishable position with a flashbang. So there's no reason to allow that to ever happen.
Oh, and the Gambit are in a horrible spot now. They got to make it happen with individual skill, but I think things are looking a little bit too hard now. Both players are very low. Wow, though, Dread is going to make 2 quick kills in the yard, and Dozier really needs to. I mean, due to the fact that Gambit, I think, have quite a bit of money, Dozier should really try to get a couple kills here and just keep the money down. Maybe remove one of the orbs from the equation. It's hard though. And SK are expectant of teammate. I really feel like we should see this B play again. Obviously the outside execute worked in getting them the bomb down, but as you mentioned, when they were executing that, they got pre-naded very heavily.
Yeah, I do wonder if we're going to see a different approach to B in the coming round from SK actually, because again, they had one player who was severely isolated over there, and the Gambit ran this exact same strat twice, and it worked arguably even better, well, almost better the second time than the first time. So, we'll see. The clock is ticking down, so Dozier should be able to hold on to this AWP and presumably throw it over to Mo in the next round. We'll see how many rounds SK can claw back now. We can see the money on the Gambit side. They are indeed going to go for the buy, so Mo on the AWP. We'll see where he's headed. Double AWPs continue on the CT side. And that may make things more difficult with regards to the B bomb sites actually. If Gambit can go for an execute play again and get deep into the B bomb site, then they might be in trouble. And here you can see again, Asilian's here on his own for the time being, but now we have the second AWP over towards Connector who can cover the high ground for him. And indeed that's free, so he's going to rotate over. But again, if Gambit go for the same execute that they went for previously, then that smoke will be up before they are seen. Speaking of that, I mean, if Freeze is going to hold that angle as they start to execute, I would really like to see him throw some shots through those smokes, because his teammate's covering the lower bomb site push. So they're just free, it seems.
It's interesting too because they threw the first smoke out, trying to bait out grenades from the CTs before actually committing to any kind of a play. It looks like to us they're going to go for the B play, but you can see they baited out an incendiary there as well. So Gambit with that one smoke did quite a decent job, and now here comes the real smokes from the Gambit side, and most we get to pick onto Asilian. So it's going to be 5 versus 4 as SK tried to rotate into the B side. 2 quick kills there as CTs aren't able to successfully rotate into positions to attack, and it looks like it's going to be a save. Looks like we're going to get a save onto the remaining players of SK. So Gambit are going to break them, but how much money is left on SK? You know, what kind of situation are they in economically? Because they can't really be in a good position, to be honest.
Or if they could have saved those 2 AWPs, then that would have been much better, but one of them's gone down. Cadian's got $1,200 in the bank, so not looking spectacular for the SK side at the moment. 6-round deficit is going to be extended. Sorry, 4-round. Going to be extended to 5. Well, Freeze's got 8k in the bank, so he could buy something with it. Maybe Deagle armor or something, you know. So he's still got more than his teammates. But Pimp's only got 1,400, so the money's all over the place. He's going to opt for the scout, no armor. So perhaps he's going to drop for a teammate in the next round.
B has been so weak. It's just repeatedly, you know, that Gambit is just able to break it. There's so many rounds like that now.
Yeah, it seems that SK are content with just taking a risk, stacking 4 people over towards A, and then having the B player with no support. But I mean, even if you're playing, you know, that way at the beginning of the round, at some point you would expect there to be more support for the B player via the, you know, having an AWP connector or something like that. So there's still the option to easily rotate towards the A sites. But again, there haven't been many rounds where they've had double AWPs. They've only got 2 rounds on the board here, so it hasn't all been afforded to them.
And look at this, Wayland is just going to walk out by himself onto the beast. Oh no! How on earth is Wayland supposed to, how can he get that kill? That's a huge failure there from Asilian. Maybe Asilian was waiting for more players. That's why he was so slow potentially in shooting, but still, Wayland is just going to walk out, get the kill. And now he's backed off. In comes Modi. Wayland is ready, but Modi is a bit too fast with the pistol. Dren's going to try to refrag, but Hooch will beat into it, and the remaining kills will be picked up. So 8-2, and Gambit are crushing SK so far. Yeah,
this is a solid T round so far. However, there's still an opportunity for SK to claw back some rounds. You know, 8-7 is still possible. Double AWPs continue for the CT side, however, Freeze doesn't have any armor on his. But again, if he's playing connector on the B side, then it may not be so required. That can't be an actual wallbang, surely? I mean, that wall is massive. I don't know what he's doing that for. I refuse to believe that's a wallbang. So look at the B setup. The B setup's completely changed, actually. We have Asilian playing deep in there now, which makes me wonder. Okay, so Cadian is playing the AWP angle down here, which has seen some success already. Again, now you see they're reacting and doing the flashbang, but another issue is that the flashbang seems to be commonly missed by a lot of teams, actually, that I've been watching do it. So perhaps it needs a bit of refinement.
Oh dear, Cadian's going to whiff 2 shots there with the AWP. And he'll call to his team that 2 players have made their way into secrets, and SK right now still don't know really what's going on, and Gambit are very spread out, looking to go for the A hit though, it would seem.
Well, they are just making us sit here, Dan, with nothing to say because nothing's going on, Dan. Everyone's just standing still. But finally, a pick comes in. Pimp gets taken down close towards main, and that's going to cause a rotation into the site from Modi, and that's going to leave Ivy open where the flank's going to come in from one of these teams. The bomb is being planted. Cadian going for the no-scope. Not going to get it. Shot in the face as well. But there's a man advantage for the T's now. So it wasn't Pimp who got taken down, it was someone else, but here is Pimp. Around the site, just looking for any T's hiding in sneaky areas while his teammate moves up towards the electric box. He's going to take down Waylander, and out comes the Dren from Popdog, which leaves Hooch alone with 7 HP. Oh, he should have got the frag there. Very unfortunate not to do so, and that would have put Isilian in a very horrible situation. So SK managed to hold on. One AWP saved, and he will indeed pick up the second one.
So maybe Gambit going to go with the tried and true. Slow round into the B play once again. Now they're probably a little bit more afraid that the Orbs have been playing there, but you know, double up seems to be somewhat of an okay response. So I would like to see that though. I'd like to see Gambit keep testing, but ooh, Mo was dead on there as well.
So it seems it is a wall bang, but I mean that wall is humongous.
I've seen the other one. Have you seen that from the other side? We had that, I think, in the Face-It finals, no? Or Face-It League finals, something like that.
I do not recall.
But I've seen big wall bangs from there before, just different part of the wall.
Big wall bangs.
Big wall bangs.
Big wall bangs with Dan. Followed up by Series 2 of sandwiches with Dan.
I would love a sandwich. Bacon sandwich, let's go. Bit of HP sauce. Anyway, so Gambit already lost the player, but at least they got Hooch out there by Electric Box. He's going to pick up another frag there. Pimp goes down on the bomb side itself as Gambit now can successfully charge in, led by Hooch, who is now gone. Distant memory. Wow, good shot there by Mo. Mo definitely AWPing pretty darn well. Definitely been a bit more on point than Cadian. And look at the creep. Dozier with the creep.
Dozier's last man standing now, and Gambit are starting to lose their grip of the match. They had SK by the throat, but now they have managed to open things back up, doubling their score to 4. And again, the double AWPs continue on for the CT side. So perhaps Gambit will start to go back towards the B bomb site. We will have to see. I'm actually curious to where they're going to go with this eco as well. They've picked up a smoke onto Dozier. I was curious if we would see that pop flash I keep rabbiting on about towards lower B, because it is one of the fast executes that you tend to see it. Pimp could do significant damage with this smoke grenade. I'm assuming that the smoke's going to come in his direction, but no, they're just going to run out before the smoke, in fact, and drop it in afterwards, which I'm a bit curious about. But here we go. Can they get the bomb plant down? And it's all about the money now. There is a Molotov around the bomb plant. Dozier, last man standing, got a deagle, gets a little bit of damage done. I think the purpose of the smoke was in case a Molotov came down to stop them planting, they could use it. But how it landed where it did, I don't know, because I don't think there was a Molotov in that direction.
So all of a sudden, 5 rounds for SK, and the double also have been working time and again. Sniper, auto sniper comes out.
Boom.
So 3 snipers now, and Gambit. They won't be expecting an auto sniper, I don't think. So it's gonna be interesting to see what their response is once they find out about it. And they're just gonna go with a really fast round here. I think do we lose sound again?
Sound has indeed disappeared, Dan.
Interesting. But this position very forward onto the quad area from Adren, very, very fast indeed as the fast execute comes out onto the A bomb site, and looks like Pimp gets a nice vantage point there from heaven. He will be traded upon by Adren, and here goes Cillian with that auto sniper. He's going to have to do some no scoping here. He's able to get the first frag. There's Hooch gone. 2 players left for the T's, and they have got the bomb planted, of course. So all the pressure is on these CTs in finding the remaining players. And oh,
hello.
He's just going for the straight defuse. Oh, well, that's embarrassing.
Nicely done, nicely done. So we've gone from, I think, 2-7 to 6-8. So indeed, SK are getting themselves a reasonable score on the CT half. So double up auto sniper is going to be the order of the day, and a 4th sniper rifle will be on the T side for Mo. So I do wonder if we're going to see them head over towards the B bomb site for a repeat in the last round of the first half. Adren going for a very cheeky peek indeed. Cadian is going to be ready for that all day. Very aggressive from Muddy, and now we can see how it pays off there. So this looks good for SK, 2-man advantage. That's a nice nade onto Dozier as well, so Gambit are in a bit of trouble here.
So Dozier will get a quick frag there in the end, which does actually give a bit of a lifeline to Gambit, but looks like Modi's taking matters into his own hands. He'll be pushing Ali. He may have heard some stepping, so it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Gambit can find their way back into this round now, because still there's snipers all over the place for SK, and Gambit only have 3 players left alive now, and looks like Gambit are going to go for the old faithful, which is that B bomb site. So here it is, the pre-nades, or rather the counter nades, preemptive nades, nades.
Such a slow execute from Gambit. They must know that they're going to be there though, because they don't have the numbers to go for the fake. And now we've got Modi coming in from the back. He's going to leave Hooch in a sticky situation. The bomb goes down as well. So Waylander is in a lot of trouble. How much time does he have to try and retrieve it? He's got a little bit, but again, he needs to win this duel with Modi. Otherwise, the round is SK's. And it seems Modi's going to give up the bomb and perhaps allow him to plant or rely on his teammate. And his teammate will indeed do what needs to be done there. Auto Sniper coming in to finish things off for the CT side. So SK, after a horrible start, managed to take 5 rounds in a row to bring it to 7 to 8.
I look bigger than you on the camera, Jace. Fixed.
Nice. Now we can go back to the magic of television, Dan, where people think we're the same heights.
Yeah, that's the funny thing with fan interactions. Yeah.
I don't know how many people said to me that, oh, I didn't realize you were this big. It was like almost every single person.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So SK, again, it looked really horrible to start. They started off very, very slow indeed, but managed to make some adjustments. I do wonder if Gambit had just executed B every single round, I wonder what would have happened. Actually.
Yeah. I mean, because we never really saw like a fantastic adjustment from SK there, and yeah, generally speaking, it was working. The first round that they lost was actually when they decided to just go for a super fast execute on A. That was the first round that they lost. I think they were 6-0 up, and then that went to 6-1, and then SK won the following round as well. So then they started to break the money immediately. So it's one of those spots where I do really like it. I think I made the point before. I do really like it when teams, when they find something that was working as well as the B play was working, that they just keep trying to do it. Just like you can do it at different timings, just keep doing something similar to that, and then see if the other team outplays themselves. Because sometimes teams will make adjustments which aren't correct, or the players just will get in their heads, or there can be a lot of factors that can enable continued success. But they try to switch it up, didn't work out. Either way, it looks like we'll be going to the next half, and 8-7 is definitely a wide open first half score, so this will be very, very interesting. We had just a triple pronged attack into the A side.
Yeah, and it's going to be a very fast one of 2 people coming in from Ivy. There's a crossfire for the CTs, but one of them has run away. That said, the frags are going away the CT side for the time being. Soon switched around though. Adren and Dota, 2 and 4 HP respectively, should be dispatched off relatively easily, but Waylander's coming in with the headshots, and that might win the round for his team. Just down to Freeze now versus 2. Again, he just needs to find a tap anyway. He can even shoot Dozier on the foot and take him down. And then Waylander will be the meat and potatoes of the impending challenge. We see the onus is on him to plant the bomb as well. You can see both C2s playing around connector. So Freeze. Ooh. Not going to go for the peak straight away. And Freeze looking the wrong way. He's going to get one, but the trade comes in instantly. And the pistol round is Gambit's.
So this is going to be really nice. I think didn't they win the pistol round on the? They did, yeah. They won the pistol round in the first half too. So definitely very nice for them, winning both pistol rounds. And SK, we call this a quick Tech 9 execute from them, but it's more likely they'll go for the AK, so then a contact play or something. Oh no, they're going to do it. They're going to go for the Tech 9 execute. I like this. You've spent all your money. You get Tech 9s, you can move very, very fast onto a bomb site. All the nades as well, especially on B. You can take very forward positions very quickly with the Tech 9s, but it's like they're actually going to execute onto A. So we'll see an A execute. They're setting up the smokes by the dumpster. And, well, good luck to them. There's not a lot in the way of counter grenades for Gambit, so they could be quite successful here.
Indeed, just a few flashbangs, but those 2 HEs could do considerable damage. So will SK commit to it? And what time are they waiting for? It seems Time is soon approaching. So perhaps this is an execute that Kaden was once involved in. He seems to be pretty ready for it. I think that smoke's going to go towards connector. That's a guess. So going to the minute mark here. And still we wait, Dan. Always waiting. And there we go. Oh, so this is all the smoke that goes through the bomb train itself. But look at the positioning of Hooch. He's going to get a free flank if these players don't come through. Dropping the HE as well. And they'll have no idea where that came from. And here comes the flashbang. So he should be flanking. The bomb looks like it's going to get planted though, despite Hooch's position. He's taken down Modi at the very least. And now we have 3 Ts remaining. Soon to be 2, soon to be 1, soon to be Cadian. Potentially soon to be dead.
Yeah, he is dead. Hooch's position was very funny there. I really wish that we could have seen that nade do a little bit more damage, but generally speaking, pretty decent round from Gambit. The problem is for the SK is that in a round like that, what they really need, as well as the bomb plant, is 3 frags. If they get that, they can actually force up this round, and then basically stop Gambit's economy from ever growing and give themselves a chance to win that round, this round. And then if they do that, then they reset Gambit immediately, and then they just immediately take control of the map and break Gambit's economy, which is really nice. But Mo's on the AWP now. He's got full stock of nades with it, and he's going to get a nice quick frag on the reaction. So Mo's still on point as this fast push comes in with the pistols. It's a bit of a throwaway round here from SK, and they'll only get 1 frag in the end. So 11-7, Gambit looking good, but in comes the AWP for SK2. So we are going to see potentially a pick-based opener from SK. They have the AWP on freeze. Usually teams, when they do that, are going to try to invest in pick-based play because the AWP is a good tool for that. And it's if you're rushing, an AK might do just as well instead of an AWP. And the AWP is an expensive investment. But looks like Freeze couldn't find an initial angle to pick. So I have to see how that turns out there. And we have a Dren very passive here in the B yard.
Indeed, that smoke renders him a bit useless when he was trying to AWP from Pop Dog. The only thing he can do really in a reasonable vicinity is go for a boost outside B to see if anybody is playing high. But no one is on this occasion. So it seems now they're going to be going for that Pop Dog push. There are 3 people above the Pop. Although no, they're going to be rotating towards B actually. So it almost seems similar to the Gambit execute. Could we see similar or even the same from SK?
Yeah, that's very interesting. I don't think Mo is really positioned for this. I think Mo is playing Ali, so and Mo would definitely be a very big help. But this is actually working. This could potentially work out really well because SK waited so much time that Gambit actually rotated the help for Waylander away, and there it is, and it's dead. So GG, or
yeah, that's pretty much GG. So SK going to get around on the board on the T side, and that's colossal damage to the CT economy as well. You can see Hooch only has, I think it was 2,800 in the bank, so they're not going to have anything like an ideal buy in the next round, although we'll see if they go for it because Waylander and the Dren have got 6+ K in the bank. So if they choose to buy in the next round, it should be reasonable. They can still get the, well, they have 2 gun saves at the moment, so they're definitely buying next round, especially if they can save that AWP onto Mo. So we'll see. SK have not lost a single player, which is also important. So it's just a good bundle of cash to put in the back pocket and for the most part save for any oncoming aggression from these CT. So the gap has been closed to 3. We have the double AWP coming out actually. Adren, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that he moved to Kiev from Kazakhstan because I think in Kazakhstan he was getting about 100 ping. But I know his team at that time moved elsewhere. Although I do wonder if with Gambit he's back in Kazakhstan. We'll have to see a bit later on. So it seems we might have the execute coming in towards the A-bomb site this time here from SK with 2 people moving towards the Pop and 1 just leaving T-spawn now.
Yeah, definitely taking their time. Definitely taking their time, and it's Gambit's turn to go double orb too, so... Freeze just scoping for days. So look how slow they're being right now. They're really waiting a long time. And Gambit responding quite well. They have a player who is pushed and probably checked secret, so they know that there's limited, if not a completely absent presence of the T's towards secret. So just waiting, holding towards A. Starting to respond to the first grenades. Mo with the first defensive kill. They're going to hear the bomb going down in the smoke. Those are trying to find it with the initial spray, but cannot do so. Bomb is safely planted in the smoke, and looks pretty good for Gambit right now. SK with those smokes. The thing is, you can get the plant down pretty guaranteed, pretty easily, but it's very hard for you sometimes to get the kills. And what you do instead is the smokes allows the CTs to set up behind all the smokes, and so when they start to disappear, the CTs can push together and push you all the way back. So good round by Gambit.
Yeah, it was a perfect retake. They didn't lose a single player. So again, I mean, look at the the T economy. All that money has disappeared from the SK coffers, and Pimp is the richest person there with about 1,200 in the bank. Again, we've got double orbs here for the CT side. It's not going to shy Freeze away from looking for some funky picks between connector and main. Or should I say main and connector. So again, another slow round it seems from SK. Just willing to bide their time. In the meanwhile, Mo will do no such thing, going for some wallbangs. That's quite a nice grenade as well. Wasn't close enough to do humongous damage, but was a nice nade nonetheless. He's looking over towards main. Little does he know there is somebody over towards the left-hand side as well. And it's pretty much just down to him to cover it for the time being, but he'll see the player approaching him. He's not going to allow a teammate to get pulled out of rotation there. Not for the time being anyway, but now we're starting to see it come in from the B-bomb site as second play moves over towards main, and he can't look at both of them.
Yeah, great AWPing there from Mo. That was a really fantastic shot. You see SK struggle to get in here, and Acadian's going to finally be able to squeeze his way through alley, but the trade will come in, and that's a 4 versus 2 in favor of Gambit. And they just can't seem to be getting the frags right now. Cillian is the only hope now to seal this one away. And I wonder how the money looks for SK right now after losing this round. Only killing 2 players. Yeah, it's terrible. Gambit really taking control of the map now. They're 3 rounds away. They should get a guaranteed one here, and that will put them 2 away. So Gambit massive favourites at this point to take the map. And we'll get a flash and a smoke for SK.
Yeah, this is a good chance for the CTs to solidify themselves towards that lead, that 16th round. So we've got a fast play from SK, it seems, towards the A-bomb site. They've only got Glocks and a few other miscellaneous pistols though, a few P250s, the one Tech 9, and a Tech 9 has indeed gone down. So we'll see if one of the Ts tries to retrieve that. Now they've planted the bomb, but again it's just an onslaught of Gambit players coming in to clear things up. Some trades coming in, but now there's only 2 left. Again, they don't really have much going on. No rifles picked up from the fallen players, and Dirty Smoke Defuse might be coming in as well. So that's another Gambit round in the bag. 14-8.
Yeah, not much for SK to to do in that round. They did the job by getting the bomb planted. And now they have the full buy again. Mo's been so good at getting some of these picks. Mo's on 25 kills. He's by far leading the pack on the fragging. And it's great. Again, I think we made the point a few times, but it's really cool to see him coming into himself a little bit with this lineup, this Gambit lineup. So we're going to get the first frag there, going the way of Pimp aggressively. Eliminate a Dren. Waylander will find himself alone. Waylander, typically the one of the main fraggers of the team after his return
from the army.
From the army.
Was it the Finnish army or the Russian army?
The Finnish army.
Okay. But he lives in Russia.
No, he's Finnish, no.
He is Finnish, yes, but he lives in Russia, and he speaks Russian.
Well, unless he's a Russian citizen, I doubt it'd be the Russian army.
Well, it might be.
Anyway, we do have now SK making a move here, trying to get their way into the B bomb site. It's not going particularly well. And as soon as he's going to change his mind, he's going to switch things up. Cadian's already made his way out onto the yard. And he will be joined now by Cillian. So Cadian trying to get the one tap going, bit of spray, bit of burst. We'll get a frag, but the trade comes in and they can't really afford to trade at this point due to the player advantage of Gambit. This is a very important round. Needs to guarantee the bomb plant at the very least. And so they might just do that. This is possible here for Cillian. He will go for the plant. He's very aware that at least one is by connector, but does he know that there's two? Here they come, spraying wildly. It's going to be the frag by Waylander. And that's going to be 15 rounds, so Gambit will be moving on to a map point.
There we go, so we've got the AK buy at least for the SK side. Not everybody can afford nades though. It seems they, well, the one guy who can't really afford it. Actually, he's actually avoided the helmet so he can pick up a smoke and a flashbang, which is really interesting. So, on the plus side, it shows team play. On the downside, it means that he's going to get one shot by any weapon on this map right now. Glocks aside, which aren't really relevant. No one's picking up a Glock unless something crazy happens. Adren first to go for the CT side, but he's managed to take two with him, one posthumously. There we go. Looks like this should be the game for Gambit. We have 3 CT players left to the 1T, which is Modi, taking the high ground to survey the land, see where his opponents might be sitting and try to take them out. But I mean, 7 map points for SK, for Gambit, sorry. It's not looking good right now in the first map of this best of 3, best of 2. Saying everything wrong there. And there it is. Gambit takes it 16 to 8, double the score of SK. Didn't really ever look uncomfortable for Gambit, I might say, on that map. Again, those B executes were pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, they seemed pretty on point, and just having Mo hitting all his shots like that, I think is a really big deal, because it allows them to play so many rounds with the quick advantage, and that changes things quite dramatically.
All right, so yeah, I mean, Gambit looked almost unstoppable in that map, so we're going to go for a short break, and then we will be back for game 2 of this best of 2. See you back here shortly.